Welcome back to the channel. We're having a nice spring day today. We decided to grill some burgers on this Lang. I got the 84D in need of some rust rejuvenation, and we're going to be getting onto that soon. But we're going to cook some burgers on the Chargriller today. I have yet to cook anything on this. I've had this Chargriller for, I don't know, 6 months or so. There was a buddy, I think I got it in November of 2020. It's a friend of mine's smoker that was had been sitting. He used to cater with it, and took a job and for a restaurant doing some management stuff, and he just didn't have time to fool with it anymore. It was heavily used. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that, and it's about to get a restoration. But I have burned one fire in it when we did the clean out video, and it hasn't been touched since. We got a little bit of surface rust on the racks. We're going to yank these out of here, and we're going to get a fire lit. We're going to get the racks oiled back down and scrape a little bit of this stuff off here. But we're going to cook some burgers today. I've yet to cook any burgers on this thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to top rack them or bottom rack them, but we're gonna cook about 2 pounds of burgers and give this old Chargriller a go. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. Thanks for coming back and checking me out again. All right, we're gonna get started here. Ooh. All right, we're gonna use some lump charcoal today and some hardwood to grill these burgers. After I pick half of it, I'm dropped up off the ground. That's all right. All right, we're gonna use our fire starter. Oops, got some paper. We're gonna pop in the bottom of it here. Get this paper going from the bottom. Well, move our spray oil back a little bit. I'm gonna hit it from the top at the same time. Get some. We got a pretty windy day too, so this thing's probably gonna light pretty quickly. We've got a beautiful spring day. We got flowers that bloom. Got a half cut grass. Need to cut that side. There's always cars sitting on it. Azaleas and roses are blooming. Of course, I can't get all my azaleas to bloom at the same time. I wish I could, but I just haven't been able to. Got kids riding four-wheelers. Finally got that little 250 running pretty good. I'll put some new tires on it soon. If y'all follow my automotive and four-wheeler stuff, come back and check that out and other videos. Got the fire going. We're about to set up and yank these grates out. That bottom one's a little bigger than the top one. All right, we're gonna dump some of these in here. We're probably gonna be cooking a dozen hamburgers or so. So that's going, but it's not gonna be nearly enough charcoal. Throw some more in. Keep my fire going on this one side. So we have a hot and a cold side. that Walmart Royal Oak or whatever. I got it at Walmart's Lump Hardwood. It's a fireworks show getting it going sometimes. Snap, crackle, pop. It will pop out and burn you too. I use it in my green eggs sometimes. All right, we're gonna leave this open for a minute. I'm gonna get a couple pieces of hardwood split, and we're gonna lay those in there. We're gonna let this thing get good and hot, and then kind of settle out a little bit while we pat our burgers out. I'll take you over here in the wood yard, which needs some weed eating, and it's kind of skimpy. We've burned up quite a lot of firewood over the winter running this wood burning stove in the shop, and the wood burning stove that I heat my house with, and we cook all winter long. Lang, egg, Weber. We pretty much don't let up. We don't let that cold weather get us down too much around here. We're gonna just take a couple pieces of this hardwood, make it smaller, and get that fire going good. Kind of what I'm looking for right there, some small pieces. All right, this wind's ripping, so if you can't hear, I apologize. There's a lot of wind noise. I'm gonna make me a hardwood fire right in here on top of this lump. I've got a while before I'm cooking, so not too worried about this burning down. Quite a bit of rust going on here. From what I was told, this Chargriller doesn't have much use at all. Just wasn't used like planned. It was mainly a rib and shoulder unit. I about used a whole can of this. I've used a whole can. We'll let that go for a little bit. All right, so we're gonna pat out some burgers, and this is what we're gonna do today. I said earlier it's 2 pounds. I believe this is 4 pounds of meat. I forgot what I had laid out. We're gonna use a little minced garlic. We're gonna mix some garlic in with it, a little liquid smoke, and we're gonna try this new Weber Gourmet Burger seasoning. We're also going to use a little olive oil, and we are along the way going to put a dimple in the middle with a little pat of butter. This is a new to me recipe, but I'm always trying something different with the burgers, and sometimes it's a win, sometimes it's not. I think this is going to be good though. It's not too complicated. It's not overly complicated or crazy, depending on how that gourmet burger seasoning from Weber turns out. So, all right, got a little garlic in there. We'll squirt a little bit of this liquid smoke on top. Add some of the seasoning. And we'll be adding some of that to the top too. Alright, we'll just dig in. Mixing it in. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil, just drizzle a little bit on my plate, or on my pan here, on a cookie sheet. These burgers don't stick to that, and we want a little coating of oil on them on the grill too. So I'm not wanting to bang them out too tight. I'll try to loosely pat them into a burger shape. We'll dimple the middle just a little bit. Try to keep these burgers from ballooning up on me. And that's where my pat of butter is going to go. I'm not worried about how they look too much. If I was worried about that, I'd get a burger press. One of those little molds you stick your meat in and you start slam it down into a perfect deal. This isn't a gourmet restaurant where I'm trying to charge you an arm and a leg for a hamburger. We're just wanting this thing to taste good in between two pieces of bread and not burn up and not shrink up and not swell up and all that kind of stuff, you know. I'm not over seasoning it. All right, we got them patted out. Got a little pat of butter on. We're going to just top them off with a little of this gourmet seasoning. Voila, onto the grill. Get worried about that rust on your grates. I mean, look at that. Just a little bit of heat and a little bit of oil, and that bad boy's looking good again. It sat all winter without being used after I fired it up and burned it all out. I'm gonna let it choke down a little bit before we put them on. I'm in no rush. All right, guys, we're at about I don't know, 380, 390. We'll give these burgers a shot here. Gonna top grate them. Never cooked on this grill before. Never cooked burgers like this before. All new to me. My garlic smoked burgers. All right. Let those cook for a few minutes and give them a check. All right, we're gonna check this out. Oh man, they're looking fantastic. Try not to waste my butter here, so I'm trying to share as I'm flipping. Oh man, those are looking really, really good. Oh man, I think those are the best looking hamburgers I've ever cooked. I'm getting pretty pumped about that, so I'm gonna go grab a meat thermometer and give them just a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna give them a little poke and see what temperature they're at. There's only 3 of us eating right now, so all these other burgers are gonna be leftovers. My son had baseball practice tonight. I didn't get this done in time for them, so there would have been 5 of us eating. Now there's just 3 of us. 2 of them will warm up burgers later, and then we're gonna have leftovers for a while. But it is what it is. I didn't want to fire this thing up and only cook like 3 hamburgers or 5 hamburgers, so we just went ahead and cooked a bunch, and we'll just have a bunch for leftovers. And they look really good, so I'm excited to try them out. Hey, don't hesitate to experiment. I'm constantly experimenting with these projects on the grills, whether it's the Weber or the Egg or the Lang. Sometimes you win, sometimes you fail, but it's just got to get out there and give it a shot. I think this is going to be a win. All right, boys and girls. It's the end of the road for these hamburgers. 3 of them with cheese. Didn't cheese them all. Well, that one looks really good. Did not cheese them all because they don't reheat very well with cheese already on them. So. All right, another peek before they end up in my belly.